Welcome. I don't know what is wrong with my lighting tonight. I don't have time to fix it, so I think my desktop is okay. It's just me. I look like I'm sitting in the dark, which is probably good because I'm really red from stress from work. I just got off work. Well, I just got off work so I could come and do this so that I can go watch the Blue Jay game. So it is the World Series is tied 2-2. And they have their last game in California today. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But they at least have one more game in Toronto. So can't wait to go watch it. But I wanted to jump in and stamp with you. Couple of quick reminders. We only have 2 days left of the Amazing Join Special. Okay, Amazing Join Special. If you have anything that you want to buy that's more than like $20, you want to take this Join Special. So there's two different options. It expires the 31st, so that's in 2 days. One option, I'm not going to remember the numbers. I should know these by now. I've been saying it all month. One option is I think you pay $48 and you get to choose $165 worth of stuff. And that includes some of the pre-order stuff that's only available to demonstrators until next week. The second option is that you spend $135 and you get to choose $252. Don't quote me on those numbers because I could have them wrong, but it's in that ballpark anyway. Amazing deals. And then you don't have to sell, you don't have to do videos. You can just enjoy a discount on your crafting supplies until you don't want to enjoy it and there's no consequences. So we'd love to have you as part of our team. We get together, we do crafting together, we do social stamping. It's lots and lots of fun, and we have a really good group of wonderful ladies. So if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. All right, guys, so we are going to get down and get stamping so we can watch baseball. All right, so we're going to make a version of this card. I need thank you cards, so that's what we're going to make tonight. I was going to do the paper pumpkin, but I thought I would get a card that I need done. So this is the Gathering Together Designer Series paper. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I ran out of this pattern, so we're going to make one with a different pattern and just change up the colors a little bit. All right, so the first thing that we do is we stamp this in Memento ink and then we use our blends to color. So I have started coloring it because I didn't think you wanted to sit here for an hour watching me color. So I've done some of the green, which is I've done Old Olive and Granny Apple green. This one is Granny Apple green and Lemon Lime Twist. And then this pumpkin is Timid Tiger, light and dark, and then I used the light peach pie. All right. Oh, let me zoom in a little so you can. Oh, wrong way. You can see my mess that way, so you can see what we're doing. All right. So now we're going to color these guys with you. So this one, I think it looks kind of like a butternut squash. So I wanted to use my 700 and my 900 blends. So I'm just using 2 for this one. 700 and 900. I need my glasses so I can see because I cannot color anymore, especially this time of night when I've been staring at a computer screen all day. Okay, so 700 is my darker, 900 is my lighter. So I'm going to come in with my nib end of my dark color, which is my 700, and wherever the line artist put shadows, I'm going to put some shadows. I'm going to add a few too because, you know, because I can. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting in the shadows here where I think I could have a little bit darker color. Okay, do you guys think this looks like a butternut squash? I'm not all that up on my squashes. I do love a good butternut squash soup though. Roasted butternut squash soup. That is a flavor of autumn, isn't it? Okay, so now I'm just coming with my light and I'm just going over where I have my dark. And I'm just blending it in. Okay. And then if I wanted to add a little bit more contrast on that, you can see my glare of my light. Sorry, guys. I'll come back in with my dark, and I'm just going to go over it a little bit more and add some additional depth. Okay. I'll have a bit of dark coming down there. So we're just, by adding the different colors, we're just giving it a little bit of extra depth in there. All right, so now we're going to do this guy, and we're going to do that one in, what are we going to do? This one on my card, so this one I did in oranges. This one I did in Cajun Craze with pumpkin pie. So we'll be, ooh, I just threw my card on the floor. I can't do that. I need to give that to somebody. All right, so let's get my Cajun Craze and my light paper pumpkin. Paper pumpkin, pumpkin pie. It's one of those nights I've been working way too many hours. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with my dark Cajun Craze. I'm gonna work in sections on this. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna imagine that this will be dark. This is gonna be dark. This is dark. I'm gonna do 2 sections at a time. This is coming in. Okay, so that's my dark. I'm gonna come in with my medium tone, which is my light Cajun Craze. There's not a big difference between my Cajun Crazes. Okay, I'm gonna extend these out, blend them in, so I don't want definitive lines. I'm blending them in. Okay, and then I will come in with my light pumpkin pie. If you're watching, say hi. I'd love to know who's here. What are you guys doing? Are you gonna watch the baseball game? Are you watching hockey? I don't even know if hockey's on tonight, actually. I didn't check. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in with my pumpkin pie. We can come back in with our colors after and just touch them up if we're not happy with them. Coming in with my dark in the back there. And then this one is, there's a lot of light in here. Very little dark. So I'm not even going to do, this one is kind of underneath this one. So I'm going to do a little bit more dark on the inside one. Just like that. Coming in with my mid-tone. I lost my lid and I just got ink all over me. Okay, so this is my mid-tone. Again, I'm just blending. You can do circles, you can do straight lines. Okay, I'm leaving room for highlights. I'll probably come in again with my medium tone. You do want to do this fairly quickly because you don't want your ink to dry. You want to be able to blend it. And then I'm going to come in with my light and get rid of my lines by just coming over. When you do light over a darker color, it kind of acts like, speak, Jennifer, use English words. It kind of acts as a color lifter. So it lifts the color up a little bit. So be aware of that when you're dealing with a lighter color. You can see how it's kind of bled, around the edges there. So it does act like a color lifter. So I'm coming in again with my mid-tone. I'm just going to go over some of the areas where I want a little bit more contrast. Didn't want it as bled out. Okay. See how it just adds depth? Hi Deb, how are you? How's it going? Jumping in before the baseball game? Are you watching baseball tonight? Okay, so I'm coming in with my dark color. I'll leave a little bit of contrast coloring there. Coming in with my dark. I'm imagining some shadows around that. Okay, I do want to make sure that I get in here with my light. So I'm going to go in with my light first. Come in. And then I'm going to come in with my mid-tone. Thanks for letting me know you're watching, Doug. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm blending in the dark with the light and just creating some shadows. So if you don't like your shadows, like I don't like this one, I need this one to be darker because it's underneath. Come in with my dark. This one has to be darker. You could fiddle forever with your coloring. So you do have to just at some point be happy with it. But you just kind of keep adding color until you get where you want to be. Okay, what do you guys think? How's that look? Does that look okay? So you can see that the light's coming down this way. All right, so that's it for our pumpkins. I'll show you how to do the greens. I did a lot of them ahead of time so that you didn't have to watch me color. Sunny and windy. I will watch some baseball dinners in the oven. We had dinner. The problem with the baseball games being starting at 8 o'clock is they go so late. I'd like to go to bed early. So I'm exhausted from watching, and I haven't made it to the end of a game yet. But I'm going to bed way past my bedtime. Okay, so I'm just coming in with some green, some dark old olive here, and I'm just going to blend that in now. Okay. And then we have a leaf here. Now with the leaf, I wanted some highlights on it. It was sunny today, but I think the rain is coming tomorrow here. So I'm just going in with my light Granny Apple Green around the outside. I actually should have probably used Lemon Lime Twist, not Granny Apple Green. Oh well. And then I'm going to come in with my dark Old Olive. Is this Mossy Meadow? No, it's Old Olive. Just to add some here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my light Old Olive, and I'm just going to blend that in. I'm going to leave some of the highlights here. You guys can't see, my big hand is in the way. Is that better? Okay, so I'm just pulling out the greens, leaving some of that highlight around the edge. Okay, and just pulling that out. You can kind of see how the colors blend together. That's why we call them blends. Okay, there we go. So the only thing we have left to do is the corn. So I am going to use Daffodil Delight, light and dark. All right. I'm going to take the dark one first, and all I'm going to do, if I can get the lid off, is dab. So I'm just going to go dot, 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 all the way around. Okay. I'm just doing speckled. And we'll do the same here. I'm going to do a bit more dark in the inside where there's going to be some shadows. A bit more dark along there. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my light. Hi, how are you? From the Netherlands. Welcome. What time is it there? Okay, and then I'm coming in with the light, and I'm just dabbing again. And I'm just filling in the kernels. If we still had, oh, what was that color? My goodness, my brain. Oh, where is it? Wild wheat. Wild wheat would have been a perfect color for in this corn. Okay, but there, we just dot it and it makes it look like kernels. Okay, so that's our coloring. We could come in with some, I don't know, gray granite maybe. Let me grab my gray granite. This is gray granite, light gray granite. And we can just do some shadows underneath their pumpkins. Here. And here. So it doesn't look like our pumpkins are floating. All right, so there we go. We are colored. Okay, and then it's really just, I can get rid of my glasses so I can see without coloring. Old age, eh? Old age. Okay, so we have pieces. We have lots of pieces. So I have Cajun Craze card base. Okay, let me go back out. It's almost midnight. Oh, yeah, our clocks go back. Let me do this. Our clocks go back this weekend, so we get an, oh, you don't want to see my mess. We get an extra hour of sleep. Although, as I said to my husband, he gets an extra hour of sleep. The dogs don't care about the time change, so I will be up. I will be up at the regular time. All right, so Cajun Craze card base. It's just one piece of cardstock cut in half, scored in the middle. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of another piece of Cajun Craze that we're using for our top layer. And this one is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I've run it through, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget the name. Is it Birch? Is that the name of the thing? And I don't have it written down. This is the embossing folder. I think it's Birch. I'll have to look up the name. I totally forget. My bad. I forgot to look it up before we came. All right, so we're just going to glue this down. So just pick which design, if you want the deboss side or the emboss side. I like this one popping up, so I'm just going to put glue on this side. Oh, my glue works. I left my lid off all day. So I get up before work and I do stamping. Hey, Claire, how's it going? Our dog is still a bit, she wants to go out before it's time. The dogs just don't understand daylight savings, do they? Neither do children. So anyone with young children is not going to enjoy the extra hour of sleep either. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down. Simple, simple. Okay, so I ran out of this gorgeous designer series paper, which I absolutely love. So we're going to do one that's going to be a little bit more masculine. So it's Cajun Craze still, some basic beige, and early espresso. So I decided to use early espresso as the base. So it will be a little bit more masculine, but I think it still looks fall-y. What do you guys think? I think it still looks good. I hope it does. I wonder how long it'll take the dogs to adjust to daylight savings. I hope not too long. I would like to take advantage. The only sad thing about it, though, is then it's so dark early. You don't get to see any light at the end of the day. But I guess at least the kids don't have to go to school in the dark, which is what they're about doing now. All right, so we're just going to glue this down. This is 1 3/4 by 5.5, and this is 2 by 5.5. And we're just going to stick them down right about here. We're going to leave a little bit space at the bottom and just stick it on. Okay, I like that. I think that looks good. I don't know, which one do you like better? The one with the crushed curry in it, or the early espresso? I don't know. Okay, so then we have a piece of early espresso. This is 3 by 3. And we have another piece of the gorgeous designer series paper. Look at that, from the Gathering Together. And this one is, I don't know what this one is, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're just going to stick her down. So Stampin' Up! Did something kind of strange in my mind. Normally they don't do this. Is they released a designer series paper. I don't know if you can see this. That is specialty paper, but it's not gold in here. It's oh, what is it? What is the? It's oh my goodness, my brain. Ah. It's like champagne. It's a champagne foil, right? See if let me pull up a piece of. See the difference in here? Gold would work, right? But it is a little bit more subtle. So I actually had some of our champagne foil that's retired. So I decided that I would bring it in. You can see the difference. You can see how it kind of matches the designer series paper a bit better than the gold does. Either one would work though. Champagne, thank you, Deb. Words are hard. Englishing is hard today. Okay, so I have champagne foil, so I decided that I would cheat and use some retired stuff. If you don't have it, gold would work perfectly fine too. So I'm just going to stick this right here. My country folk had enough of the hate. We had general elections today in the whole country. The ultra-right populist parties are out. Oh, that would be nice. We can only hope that something like that happens south of the border here. Okay, so we're just going to stick this guy down. We're going to pop it up on some dimensionals. Sorry, I'm not very good at reading comments. that would involve me being able to like multitask. And yeah, this time of night, I'm not good at that. Okay, I should do videos at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think I'd have anyone watching me because that's when I can multitask. Okay, so I just took some of the dies from the Amber Autumn. It's such a beautiful, beautiful set. I don't know. Here's the stamp set. I haven't shown it to you. It's just gorgeous. Love the font and the images. This is a keeper. I won't be getting rid of this one. I know it's going to be retiring because it's a red rubber, and Stampin' Up is retiring all of the red rubber. So I know it's not going to be sticking around, but it's sticking around in my studio because I just love this. Okay, I'm just putting some glue on here, and we're gonna stick her under and lie it flat. And we're gonna do the same on this side. And tuck it in here. So you just have to kind of play until you can find space between your dimensionals. That's why I didn't put a lot of dimensionals in there, because I wanted to be able to tuck these in. What do you guys think? Cute. Okay, so the only thing that we have left other than the inside, all these pieces, I have all these pieces of stuff everywhere, is our sentiment. So this is a scrap. It is 1/2 inch. And all I'm going to do is take one of the Grateful for Yous. Now the question is, do we want Cajun Craze or Early Espresso for our sentiments? I think I'm going to do Cajun Craze. Let's see what that looks like. Can you guys see the sparkle on my Cajun Craze? I don't know what I was doing, but it's very sparkly. Let's just hope it stamps properly. Okay, so we're going to just not put our head in the camera and try and stamp this somewhat straight. There we go. Close this before my fingers end up in it. And so if you have a banner punch, you can use the banner punch. If you don't have a banner punch, then all I do, it's a bit big, is come right into the middle. Now, if you wanted to, you could trim this because I didn't get it right in the middle. I'm not a perfectionist. If some of you are, then just give that probably 1/8 of an inch off, and then your sentiment's going to be centered. Yeah. Some people, it would drive nuts. Me, not so much. So all I did was cut a slice right in the middle, and then I just went in from each corner and made a little banner. So it's that easy. And then this I'm going to do straight. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take a piece of, let's get these out of the way. And let's get this out of the way so I have room to work. I want to create a banner with the same shape as this one. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I am going to glue it down where I want it. So I'm going to have the equal sides. center it. Maybe move it back this much. Okay, so I'm just leaving a little bit here at the end, and then all I'm going to do is when it's dry is I'm going to do another banner. So I'm just going to cut into the middle. Okay, go from the corner to my cut line. Go from the corner to my cut line. I should have my glasses on so I can actually see if I'm at the corner, because I didn't quite get to my cut line. Okay, so my cut line's not quite long enough, so I'm just going to go in a little bit more. And there we go. We got a banner. And my sentiment moved on me. Woohoo. Okay, there we go. Super easy. And then just give it a chop like that. And then we just have to figure out where we want it. Do we want it covered just like that? Cover up the corn. Put it underneath. Okay, let's see. Underneath. Over. I think over. Over the corn. What do you guys think? Over the corn? Under the corn? Under the corn? Over the corn. We're going to do it right there, because then it hides my oopsie of not having it equal. So because I'm going to do it over the corn, I don't need a dimensional here, but I need a dimensional on this side. So I'm going to stick my dimensionals coming over here. And then I'm going to just stick some glue here. Take my dimensional tops off and get my fingers to work. And stick her down. So you can add some bling if you want to, but I think it's really pretty. I don't know. I love. Okay, which one do you like better? The browns or the yellow? Which one? Let me know. Okay, and then so I need thank you cards. So I could do grateful for you, blessed to have you in my life, or you're simply the best for the inside. Maybe I'll just do you're simply the best. All right. Let's grab a block. And you're simply the best. Now, if you had some designer series paper left, which I don't, I'm all out. You could put a layer on the inside. I don't have a card base out here. Okay, so this is just 5 1/4 by 4. Hi, how are you? You like the browns, Debbie? I do too, actually. I didn't think I would, but I do like the brown. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right in the center, Cajun Craze. Oh, let me grab some designer series paper and see, do we have a slice of designer series paper that we could put on the inside that would go brown? That would bring the browns in. Don't really want to go old olive. Do you want to do brown? Look, here's another one. Isn't that gorgeous? I could have used that one, I guess. This one had more basic beige in it, though, and I was using whites. Okay, let's do a slip. Let's do a slip of this. So we're just going to do a really thin slice to go across the bottom, because my inside's going to be really boring. So half an inch. Half an inch is good, eh? Half an inch by 5 1/4. Okay. You can stick that on the bottom, and then we can just put our sentiment here, and I'll keep the Cajun Craze color going. Yeah, the brown is good for masculine, but I think it's also, I don't know, the Cajun Craze, yeah. I think it'd be good for both masculine and non-masculine. Okay, so that's straight. We still have half an hour to game time. Oh, that's pretty, but I don't have enough greens. I love this pattern. This is just, this Gathering Together Designer Series paper is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to stick this down. Just like that. And then we're going to plop this in on the inside. So whenever I'm using basic white or very vanilla, where I'm going to be writing, I don't like to use liquid glue because I don't like to see the liquid glue lines, and I'm heavy-handed with my liquid glue. So I like to do seal for pieces on basic white or very vanilla that I'm going to be writing on. And there we go. Okay, what do you guys think? Nice. There we go. I really like that. I you know what? I didn't think I'd like the brown. I thought it would be not my favorite, but I actually like it better than the crushed curry. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's dark out now and I'm not getting any natural light in here. But I got to fix my lighting for when you guys can see my face because it's I'm in the shadows. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I totally appreciate you standing with me and enjoying the evening. Let's go Jays go. Sorry for those of you that aren't from Canada, but with the Canadian team in the World Series, we're coming together as a country, which is absolutely awesome. All right, have a great night. For those of you that are in North America and that have Halloween this weekend, make sure those little kiddos are safe on your street and enjoy. Don't forget the starter kit. It ends on the 31st. Amazing deals. Get your Christmas shopping done for somebody that is crafty. All right, have an amazing week, and we'll see you next weekend. Or next weekend. Next week. I don't think I'm going live on the weekend. Maybe I will, but all right. Take care. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Bye.